తెలంగాణ ప్రజలందరికీ గణతంత్ర దినోత్సవ శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. మహనీయుల త్యాగఫలంగా మన అందరం ఈ వేడుకలను జరుపుకుంటున్నాం. భారతదేశంలో 29వ రాష్ట్రంగా తెలంగాణ ఏర్పడిన తర్వాత రెండవసారి మనం గణతంత్ర దినోత్సవాన్ని ఘనంగా జరుపుకుంటున్నాం. ఈ ప్రాంత ప్రజల ఆకాంక్షలకు అనుగుణంగా వారి కళ్ళను సాకారం చేసేలా నా ప్రభుత్వం అనేక సంక్షేమ అభివృద్ధి పథకాలు అమలు చేస్తోంది. ప్రజలకు జవాబుదారీగా పారదర్శకంగా ఉండేలా సుపరిపాలన అందించడానికి నా ప్రభుత్వం శాయశక్తుల కృషి చేస్తోంది. ఈ సందర్భంగా గత కొన్ని నెలలుగా రాష్ట్రంలో జరిగిన అనేక సంక్షేమ అభివృద్ధి కార్యక్రమాలు సంక్షిప్తంగా సమీక్షించుకుందాం. తెలంగాణ, the youngest state of India, has emerged amid a lot of hope for new avenues of progress and development for its citizens, with a host of challenges vis-à-vis the sustainability and viability of the state. Due to the concerted efforts of my government, against all odds, the state has made rapid strides in many sectors. Its social welfare agenda has won appreciation, particularly for its pro-poor concern. The government has received wide all-round appreciation for its efforts and is seen as a global investment destination, given its progressive policies in case of infrastructure and power. In the last 19 months, my government has successfully identified and prioritized the needs of the people and its economy, and has launched several flagship programs like the Mission Kakatiya, Mission Bhagirath, double bedroom housing for the poor, to usher in an era of unparalleled welfare and development in the state. My government strongly believes that delivery of all welfare programs to the grassroots is possible only through a transparent and technology-driven administration, political will and good governance. Besides, by empowering the public at large and curbing corruption in public life, my government has initiated several welfare programs to eradicate poverty and to develop the weaker sections. My government has rolled out a transparent strategy encompassing all spectrums of economic activity in Telangana, with a view to achieve a corruption-free society, and is committed to implement all the poll promises. All the flagship welfare programs like Kalyana Lakshmi, Shadi Mubarak and Asara pensions for the aged, widows, disabled weavers and BD workers are meant to usher in a model welfare state in Telangana. My government has initiated several novel initiatives and policy measures to attract and channel massive investments like into irrigation, agriculture, industry and infrastructure sectors, and also to provide for food security and employment opportunities for the youth, empower women, increase the income levels appreciably, and achieve revenue buoyancy for the state economy. By the onset of second financial year itself, my government had created a landmark with a budgetary outlay of more than rupees 1,15,000 crore rupees for the fiscal 2015-16, and a plan allocation of more than rupees 52,000 crore. Under this, the per capita plan allocation has almost doubled compared to the financial year 2013-14 in the combined state. My government is spending about 40,000 crore, especially on welfare sector. This by itself is a testimony of the commitment of my government to significantly improve public spending for development of the state. The policy initiatives of my government have led to the recovery of the service and industry sectors, who are prominent contributors to the GSDP, which grew at 9.7% and 4.1% respectively. The state's economy is poised to forge ahead in the coming years with all-round improvement of economic environment at the national level and the softening of the international commodity prices. Despite all the constraints, my government is determined to take all necessary steps to maintain the growth momentum and to usher in all-round development with a view to ensure that the fruits of development devolve equitably on all sections of society and particularly the deprived sections. The strategies and policies of my government to increase power generation and supply have paid rich dividends in ending chronic power deficits plaguing Telangana, and the state declares with great pride as free from the bane of power cuts. The goal of my government is to make available 25,000 megawatts of power. It is pertinent to mention that about 5,000 megawatts of power being produced, perhaps the highest contribution in the state grid by 2018. Very recently, my government has commissioned a 600 megawatt Kakatiya thermal power plant at Chelpur near Bhupalapalli in Warangal district. My government has also signed an MOU with neighbouring Chhattisgarh state for purchase of power and initiated a high voltage transmission corridor for evacuating power. The Mission Kakatiya is a flagship program of my government aimed at reviving thousands of tanks built during the Kakatiya period which suffered due to continuing neglect. The ambitious program aims to revive the 45,300 irrigation tanks in all at an outlay of 22,500 crores over the next 5 years. In the first phase, 9,600 tanks were taken up under a comprehensive plan that includes desilting, removal of all encroachments and restoration. This program, named Manavuru Manacheru, through people's participation, aims to recharge the groundwater table and transform the state's ecology. With an aim to harness and optimize the utilization of the river waters of Krishna and Godavari and to meet the drinking water, irrigation and industry requirements, my government is undertaking the daunting task of redesigning all major irrigation projects. My government have taken up 34 major and medium irrigation projects with an outlay of 1,31,988 crore. My government, with a committed view to provide water to about 1 crore acres, has taken the redesigning of the irrigation projects for optimum utilization of river waters. My government plans to spend rupees 25,000 crore annually on the irrigation sector, which has failed to address the needs of rural agriculture. Mission Bhagirath. My government has launched an ambitious scheme to provide safe drinking water to every home in Telangana through a network of 1.26 lakhs kilometers length of piped water system across 10 districts with an outlay of rupees 40,000 crore with a view to supply 100 liters per person per capita per day of treated water. My government aims to supply 135 LPCD in municipalities and 150 LPCD in municipal corporations and has earmarked 10% of the grid to water to cater to industrial requirements. The drinking water grid, christened as Mission Bhagirath, will deliver 160 TMC feet of water by procuring 80 TMCs from each Krishna and Godavari rivers. The iconic pylon unveiled at Munugodu in Nalaganda district is testimony to the commitment of my government to end the decades of drinking water scarcity and fluoride problem in the state. The scheme is expected to be completed in 3 years in a phased manner and has received accolades as a model scheme to emulate. To make the concept of Gram Swarajya into a reality, my government has taken up Grama Jyoti, a prestigious program of rural development to make the villages self-reliant by strengthening the local bodies. My government has launched a double-bedroom housing program with all modern amenities, which will be a boon to the poor across the state and low-income groups in enhancing the quality of life. Already 66,000 such houses are sanctioned across 10 districts at the rate of 400 for every assembly's constituency, and in coming years these numbers are poised to go up. Hyderabad as startup hub. With the objective to develop Hyderabad as a world-class city with global standards of urban infrastructure, my government has introduced an urban housing policy to address the social infrastructure needs of Hyderabad, which has the potential to scale up as a global hub encompassing all its essential facts. My government has conceived a unique ICT policy to make Telangana the most preferred technology investment destination in the country, in close consultation with leading lights of ICT sector and industry associations. In case of IT sector, the state has notched up exports of 68,258 crore, with as many as 1,300 IT units having their operations, which include 500 global companies with global footprints. The IT infrastructure region, being promoted with central support in and around Hyderabad, is geared to generate IT exports of rupees 2,35,000 crore, eventually with a projected direct employment of nearly 15 lakhs and an indirect employment of nearly 53 lakhs. This may fetch an additional tax revenue to the state of over 30,000 crores. T-Hub. My government launched the first phase of the T-Hub, the largest startup incubator in the country, located at Gachibowli, with a built-up area of 70,000 square feet. The second phase of T-Hub, with an investment of rupees 150 crore and built-up area of 3 lakh square feet, is scheduled for rollout by end of this year. T-Hub is a novel public-private partnership between my government and the premier national academic institutions such as IIITH, ISB and NALSA. As part of my government's investor-friendly initiative and unique industrial policy, TS-IPASS, Telangana State Industrial Project Approval and Self-Certification System, has been unveiled, which succeeded in attracting investors and industries both globally and nationally. Today, my government has attracted industrial investments of over 25,000 crore and has accorded permission for setting up of 1,013 units with an employment protection of over 75,000 skilled and unskilled labor. My government also aims to promote entrepreneurship under a unique initiative, TS Pride, Telangana State Program for Rapid Incubation of Dalit Entrepreneurs to nourish entrepreneurship among SCs and STs. Hyderabad accounts for approximately 20% of India's total pharma exports, and the government plans to set up a new pharma city with a public-private partnership to cement the state as a leader of pharma sector. My government has initiated several mega industrial programs, Hyderabad-Warangal Industrial Corridor and the Textile Hub at Warangal, to kickstart the economy and enhance the employment generation potential for the youth of Telangana. The commitment of our government towards women welfare has remained unchanged in spite of reduced sale of support to the ICDS program. Government have enhanced the honorarium of Anganwadi workers from rupees 4,200 to rupees 7,000 and that of Anganwadi helpers from rupees 2,200 to rupees 4,500 per month. Further, a comprehensive and nutritious program from 1st January 2015, christened as Arogya Lakshmi, is launched to meet the nutritional requirements of pregnant and lactating mothers. The She teams of Telangana Police, whose hallmark is an all-women anti-harassment task force, has made its mark successfully in Hyderabad and Cyberabad and is poised to be repeated in all districts of the state. Minority welfare. As part of the commitment to promote minority welfare, my government has allocated over 1100 crores for minority welfare in the budget and has also launched a large program for setting up madrasas for minority children. My government has also honored the traditions and customs of religious minorities, Muslims and Christians befittingly. The premier festivals of Ramzan and Christmas were celebrated in an inclusive manner with state participation. My government has earmarked and spent 100 crore rupees under the Shadi Mubarak scheme for the fiscal 2015-16, benefiting over 17,000 Muslim minority girls. My government allocated over rupees 8,000 crores for SCs and rupees 5,000 crores for ST sub-plan, with a view to benefit them who comprise 22% of the state's population. Our emphasis will continue to be on skill development of the SC/ST youth to improve their skill and employability. My government has allocated 147 crore on the Kalyana Lakshmi scheme, which will benefit nearly 27,000 young brides belonging to the SC community. The hostels of SC colleges in Rangareddy and Hyderabad districts benefit through messing facilities after a long hiatus. My government has a Kalyan Lakshmi program to benefit tribal brides as well. During the year 2015-16, over 15,000 tribal brides stand to benefit at an outlay of rupees 80 crore under this scheme. The government has allocated rupees 5,424 crore for R&B roads and 24-21 crore for PR roads under a major initiative to improve, modernize and strengthen the road connectivity in all the 10 districts of Telangana. In order to improve road connectivity, my government has launched a program to provide 4-lane connectivity to all the district headquarters from the state capital and 2-lane roads to all mandal headquarters from the district headquarters. To increase the green coverage to 33%, government has taken up Telangana Harita Haram in a big way. It is programmed to plant about 40 crore plants every year till the next 3 years. To involve government employees in the task of building Bangaru Telangana, my government has successfully created an employee-friendly environment. My government has announced a fitment of 43% under the PRC and approved in principle to regularize all eligible contract employees. It has decided to increase the salaries of outsourced workers and home guards and announced a bonus for the employees of Singareni collieries. My government has given a 44% fitment in PRC to encourage the RTC employees with a view to strengthen the organization and to make TSRT a major player in the development of Telangana. The Telangana State Public Service Commission has already launched a massive recruitment drive which will come as a boon to the educated and the eligible youth seeking public employment, and in the process will strengthen and streamline the administration in all government departments. Government is committed for development with a human face and prioritize food security for both urban and rural poor as a key task. Income eligibility criterion has been enhanced under the public distribution system from rupees 60,000 to 1,50,000 in rural areas and from 75,000 to 2 lakhs in urban areas to encompass a large section of the populace and address the nutritional needs. My government has increased the entitlement of 6 kilos per head under the 1 rupee per kilo rice scheme, benefiting 2.8 crore people, and will also be providing Sanna Biyam to the students at all social welfare hostels and under the midday meal scheme in schools. The GHMC under its aegis is providing sumptuous and nutritious meal at a very affordable price of rupees 5 through a number of outlets in the capital city. Cultural Renaissance. My government has successfully conducted the 19th International Children's Film Festival at Hyderabad. The festival films are also screened at all district quarters for benefit of rural background, of children from rural background, which is a first time. My government has celebrated pomp and fervor like the Bonalu and Batukamma as state festivals, as well as the Godavari Pushkaralu across the state by triggering a cultural and social renaissance. Government has also launched Telangana Sanskritika Sarati scheme to spread awareness regarding various development and welfare programs of the government and among the people through the medium of folk art. We are setting up a modern cultural complex in Hyderabad, christened as Telangana Kala Bharati. Taking spirit from successful conduct of the Godavari Pushkaram last year, government is committed to ensure adequate arrangements for Krishna Pushkarams as well. my government has given spirited importance to the coming Samaka Saralama Jatra and has released 101 crore for making elaborate arrangements for the Magnums festival in tribal areas in Medaram forest. My government has taken several steps for modernization of the police force with a firm belief that progress is possible only through the maintenance of peace and order in society. It has enhanced the budget allocation appreciably to achieve enhanced visibility of the police. Installation of a comprehensive surveillance system and mobility are the twin objectives of modern policing methodologies that are ushered in. Several technology-based initiatives were launched by the Telangana police, some of which are first of its kind. Law and order has been effectively maintained with no major incidents affecting the peace and tranquility. చివరిగా గోదావరి కృష్ణ జీవనదుల జలాలతో తెలంగాణ భూములు తడవాలని, పచ్చని పంటలతో ఈ నేల పరవశించాలని, సుఖం శాంతి ప్రజలకు చేకూరాలని, స్వరాష్ట్రంలో ప్రజలు కన్న కళ్ళలు నేరవాలని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాను. ఈ లక్ష్య సాధనలో యువతరం ముందుకు రావాలి. ప్రభుత్వ పథకాల అమలులో యువత భాగస్వామ్యం కావాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. బాధ్యత గల పౌరులుగా మనందరం సమిష్టిగా శ్రమించుదాం. మన రాజ్యాంగ నిర్మాతలు ఆశించిన ఉజ్వల భారతిని నిర్మించుకుందాం. 50 మంది రాష్ట్ర ప్రజానికం ఆశించే బంగారు తెలంగాణ సాధన లక్ష్యంతో అనుక్షణం కృషి చేద్దాం. అందరికీ మరోమారు శుభాభివందనాలు. జై హింద్.